I am thrilled to welcome you to my latest body of work, God's Creatures. To keep myself motivated and creatively switched on during this extended period of isolation and social distancing brought on by the circumstances of the year, I really needed to push myself and channel my energy into a project. And that's where I decided to come up with this challenge to create a new piece of artwork every day of September, October, and November. So 91 pieces in total. 2020 for me was such a politically volatile and very socially tense year. And while those messages come across in a lot of my other work, I really wanted to focus on something that was just so removed from that. Something that I could go to the studio every day and create and get a real sense of joy and beauty. There's a purity in the animal kingdom and how they are and how they interact. Having been an avid traveler, I decided to pick animals from the 7 continents of the world. When all of these pieces get sent off to their new homes, there's going to be this unifying factor. Not only obviously the backgrounds and the papers, but at the bottom corner you'll see a wax seal. Represents the series, it's God's Creatures. It's actually the kangaroo's head, the deer's antlers, and the bird's wings that make up that icon. And then each continent has its own color. I read a great article about making artwork every day. Their recommendations were stick to a common size, stick to a common theme, stick to a color palette that was universal across the series. So the backgrounds you'll note are all the same. They're alcoholic inks in blue, green, and orange. And then overlaid is a stencil, and that became my sky, my sea, everything. And then the animals themselves are built out of 7 primary papers. I've learned not to overthink. When you're making something so regularly every day and you need to turn something out, you can't question it too much. You've really got to go with your gut and your instinct. And in trusting that, I let go of a lot. The choice that I made in selling these was to release them every day on social media. So some of them were released around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Some weren't released until just before midnight because they took that long to create. But what was wonderful is that I had this really great following of people that were every day kind of checking in with me. A lot of them sold within minutes of being released on Facebook or Instagram. That definitely kept me motivated too, because it was a long project, and so to get that instant reward and gratification was wonderful. These pieces will be sent off to their new homes now, but I have made a print store available where people can purchase these animal portraits and have them in their own home. And hopefully next year I will be putting them all together in a beautiful book that can be collected as well.